Welcome back, boys and girls of all ages, men and women and animals and aliens all alike. Welcome to Hello, crocodiles and fishes. Welcome back, sharks and minnows, for this season 3. Alright, we are here back for a 4th episode of Digital Flow Battles in our 3rd season. We've got some incredible battles going on, and if you didn't remember, I'm Tucker, it's Daniel, Coen, and we're kind of missing some. Lincoln, where is that boy? What is it?
Don't talk to me till I've had my morning cup of joe. Alright, we had some really great matchups this week, actually. We had Elis versus Torhall, we had Jasper versus Salmon, we have Hannes versus Jim, and lastly we have Sam versus Cohen. Alright, and like we said last week, Elis's competitor was not able to provide us a line, so we do know that he won his matchup there, but let's kind of give him his seconds of fame here. Let's make sure we check that line out. Woo! Really great job, Elis. Honestly, you threw together such a really great line. And yeah, like we said, you are going through to round 2. So, Elis, moving on. Woo! 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 So next up we have Jasper versus Sony. Let's go check out those lines, yeah. Holy guacamole, those lines, they were lines. Now, our audience voters actually voted for Jasper, but let's hear what our judges have to say.
Hi guys, so the first one we've got Jasper versus Salomon. This one was actually hard to decide who's gonna get my vote. Both lines were really good. Jasper's line was super fluid, executed perfectly, but I feel like he had very little variety with his movement compared to Salomon. On the other hand, Salomon's line was slightly less clean and flowy, so it was like this close, but my vote goes to Salomon. Good job, man.
First up, we have Jasper versus Samon, and Jasper came in with a really sick run, very smooth, very quick, and a lot of technical parkour skills that I really liked. I like that mix of the two. What I didn't like is he didn't use too many flips, which is fine, but the few flips that he did use were all fulls. One was a pop full, so I'm gonna let that slide a little bit. Samon, on the other hand, was a lot more flip-based. He had some really hard tricks mixed together, and I liked it, but where it really fell apart for me is on the pimp flip, kind of stumbled out of that. And then on the super difficult transition into that palm side, again, he kind of fell out of it. So that brought the score down quite a bit for me, and I got to give it to Jasper.
All right, thanks so much, judges. With all of this information we've gathered here now, we can confirm that our winner was Jasper.
The next battle is going to be Hannes versus Jim, so let's just put those videos right up on the screen. Woo, those were some fire lines there. We got Hannes with the 720 dive roll, Jim with the big trap door, and that Alright, let's just go look at our sponsors and see what that's all about. Thank you again, Jed North and Farang. Now, again, you voters did choose Hannes to take this round, but let's actually go see what them judges has to say.
So the next one is Hannes versus Jim, another one that was super close. Didn't expect that dive roll 720 at the end of Hannes' run at all. And that Vortex doubtful was just crazy good. Jim also had a few bangers in his run. That splat backflip, that's how you call it? Yeah, that's probably how you call it. Was just so big, like so huge. That blew my mind completely. Pump flip pre and gainer pre in the middle of a round were crazy good. I feel like they both could work a bit more on speed and connections though. So yeah, but overall my vote goes to Jim for just blowing my mind a few times when watching his run. So yeah, good job, man.
Next up, we got Hannes versus Jim, and oh my god, it was too close. If I could just give it a tie, I'd be like, boom, tie, done. But I can't do that, so first we got Hannes coming in. The first combo into the Webster safety through Makako was awesome. I love the variation on the double full. The thing that brought it down for me was when he was approaching the 720 dive roll, everything just kind of slowed down and it kind of split the run into two separate halves, which I didn't like. If that was faster, I'd be like, boom, Hannes takes this easy, no problem. But then I had to take a second look. I go over to Jim. He comes in with a massive trap door. I was just like, oh my god, that was huge. Where did this come from? But then after that, it kind of peters off. I didn't really like the transitions. And as soon as I thought the run was, petering down to an end, he just hits this fat gainer pre out of nothing. And I was like, oh my god, if he ended the run there, again, I would just give it to him. It was fine. It was great. But he stumbles into this ugly, horrible palm flip that I absolutely hated. I gotta say it, I just was on the fence about both of these for so long. And I'm sorry this is taking so long, but I'm gonna give it to Hannes just because his run was a little bit more concise. There was a little less stumbling. And yes, there were slowdowns, but there was never a spot where I was like, he might fall after this. For Jim, there were a couple spots where I was like, is he okay? Is he okay? He was okay, it was great, but that fear that you instilled in me, I gotta shove that over and I gotta give it to Hannes.
Alright folks, well you heard it here first. That does make Hannes our winner! Yeah, Hannes!
Alright, so let's go ahead and get into our next battle. The next battle is going to be Cohen and Sam. So let's go and look at those lines really quickly. what a battle that was, both coming with crazy awesome lines. We really enjoyed watching those lines. You, the voters, though, did end up choosing Cohen as the winner for voting, so let's go ahead and check out what our judges have to say. Christian, Joey?
This week's battles are so close, guys. Like, this close. The next one being Sam versus Cohen. Sam was super rapid with his movement and he did a really clean run. Cohen also had an amazing execution, good flow, and he covered a lot of space, and I really like that. So they were pretty close with flow, execution, and creativity, but the difficulty is what stood out the most for me. Sam did a double side, a really low double side, straight to a back flip, which was sick, and the way he moved to another tricks was just flawless. I think he could benefit so much more if the line would be filmed by somebody, but yeah, anyway, my vote goes to Sam. Good job.
Finally, we got Sam versus Cohen, and I mean, Sam just does a freaking double side pop back off of a 2-foot ledge, so of course I'm gonna give it to Sam, right? Wrong! That's not what's gonna happen, because the rest of his line, he did almost nothing. Let's be real here, he did a scoop full. Sam, you gotta give me some more than that, dude. Like, at first I was just like, oh, this is easy, Sam wins, done, simple. But then, I go over to Cohen, and I look at his line, it starts off beautifully, and then I noticed there's not a single step out of place, super well planned, super well thought out, very good transitions, hard tricks. I just loved it. Aesthetically, it was beautiful. It wasn't as difficult, obviously, as a 2-foot double side pop back, but the rest of Sam's line kind of fell off, where Cohen's line just brought it up higher as the line went through. So I'm giving it to Cohen.
Sweet. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Joey, for your input on that. We now have our winner. Our winner is going to be Cohen.
Cohen!
Cohen!
Cohen! Cohen! Alright, and there you have it. That's going to be part 2 of round 1 of Digital Flow Battles. Thank you guys for coming and watching. Thank you to our athletes for participating and our judges for giving their wonderful opinions. We do want to say that this has probably been the closest round of Digital Flow Battles that we've had so far, between the amount of difficulty thrown, the amount of flow that we saw, just the lines overall, and then also coming down to the decision between our judges and you guys as well, because a couple of times here it came to you guys' opinions actually splitting the decision and making the final choice of who went into the next round. So make sure you guys continue to vote on the Instagrams when the polls get posted, so you guys can help out these athletes move on through the rounds. And
so we will have a new episode coming to you guys this Monday with some new battles coming up. So we will have Ethan versus Alexander, Brigham versus Hugo, Elis versus Jasper, and Hannes versus Cohen. And those are some really, really exciting matchups, honestly. So that episode will be up on Monday on our YouTube at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then also make sure you go check out our Instagram at Freerunning so you can make sure you're involved in the voting and also all the other stuff we post, because we have a lot of other stuff going on as well. And of course, a huge thank you to Team Freerunning and Jet North for being sponsors for our competition. We love you guys. You guys are amazing. So much love. And with that, that concludes episode 4 of Digital Flow Battles. And it's all done, and everything is done.
Except for Super Mario, I haven't beat it yet.